Fits good. Check. Now, how do I make it go? Let's see, maybe we can just that did nothing. Read the instructions. Put glove on. Check. Make sure it fits. Check. And what? Focus really hard and command the glove to turn on. Why is the answer always to focus and calm your mind? What does that do? Whoever calm. Anyway, let's put it here. Okay. They said focus, right? We'll focus. It's nothing. This cheap stuff. They don't. It's not even. I'm gonna use this on Ned. Welcome to Let's Effects, the place for newbies, indies, as well as low budgeters. I don't know about you guys, but recently I went to see a small, tiny film called Black Panther, and I really liked it. So much so I went to see it twice, so I definitely recommend it to you guys who haven't seen it yet, even though I'm sure most of you have already gone to watch it, probably multiple times. So during the film, when I was watching it on both occasions, I noticed that whenever T'Challa gets hit with something, whether it's bullets or debris or someone hitting him or something, it sends like these kinetic purple pulses through his suit, like, so he's building up kinetic energy to redistribute it later on. And I thought immediately, hey, I can do that. So I came home from the film, started working on it, and well, as you saw in the beginning skit, we did crack it, and I think it looks pretty cool. So the whole basis of this effect is that when you're getting hit, it's sending pulses of energy through your suit or whatever it may be. In this case, I used a glove since I'm too lazy to do the whole suit, and while I don't have a Black Panther suit, I'm not cool enough. So the energy is sending through the suit, basically building up, and later on you get to redistribute that energy and use it to cause all sorts of pulses and stuff like that. So to shoot your footage is pretty simple. All you got to do is just shoot your footage and have your subject in frame. You can do the whole body, as I said. If you have some cool outfit or something you want to use that has nice patterns on it, use that. It'll take a little bit more patience, a little bit more time, but it'll look cool at the end. I unfortunately do not have anything that takes up my whole body, so I just used this old glove that I have. I think it's from an Iron Man toy or something like that. I found it lying around, so I use this. As you can see, it's got nice defined patterns that we can add the purple into later on. So all you gotta do is shoot your footage. Make sure you don't move around too much, otherwise the motion blur will kick in and it'll be hard to track. But otherwise, yeah, just shoot your footage. And then also, before I forget, download the pack in the description that contains the texture I made for this effect. Open up Hitfilm Express, and yeah, we'll get going. Here we are in Hitfilm Express. My footage is in the timeline and ready to go. I've also imported the texture over here in the media panel. So step 1, guys, is to track our hand or whatever body part you're doing. So let's do that. Let's head over here, click on our old pal Ben, the plus icon, and create a new point layer. We can call it hand track. Then with our footage layer selected, let's head up to the controls panel and click the plus icon next to tracks. This will open the tracking window, and you know the drill here, guys. Move the boxes over the area of contrast that you want to track on your hand, resize them, and then hit track forward. Right here, once that's done, let's select our hand track point layer in the tracker window and hit apply. Whew, that's the boring bit out of the way. As you can see, I've made this texture 4K, so you guys have a lot of room to play around with. Also, if you shoot in 4K, this should help as well. Now you may be thinking that this texture looks a bit, well, janky. And you're right, but come on, let's be honest, the best things always are. Okay, moving on. Before we do anything, let's make this texture into a composite shot. I'll call it texture because, you know, I'm original. Back in our main comp, let's turn our texture comp's blend mode to screen to get rid of all that blank empty spaces. Next up, we want to scale, rotate, and position this texture over our hand so that it takes up majority of it, especially those defined pattern areas. So I'll go ahead and do that for mine. Okay, with that done, let's head up and select the freehand mask tool and then proceed to mask out our texture over those patterns. Remember when I said the boring bit was over? Well, I wasn't lying, this is just the tedious part. But in all honesty, it's not that bad. It's a once-off masking job since we tracked our hand, and as you can see, I'm trying to be as detailed as possible when masking out the areas that I want. This helps later on. Okay dokie, I'm now happy with my masks, and side note, remember to feather each of these around 2 to 5 pixels for some slight smoothing around the edges. And there we have it guys, all done. Just kidding. To make this slightly less daunting to work with, and because all those masks and blending modes overcomplicate things, we're gonna go ahead and turn off everything but our texture and then export that frame. Head up here and just click export frame, save it as a PNG image wherever you want. I'm gonna name it Kinetic Energy Map simply because that sounds cool, and then we'll import that right back into Hitfilm. With that out of the way, we can turn off our texture comp and drag in our newly made energy map image, which is secretly actually the same thing, but I won't tell anyone if you won't. Winky face. Okay, we're on the home stretch guys. To take care of that white, we're gonna use a keying effect. So let's head up to the effects panel and then search for as well as apply the hue and RGB key effect. Listen up, here are the settings. Set the color to white, duh. Then the tolerance to 8, the edge softness to 10, and finally switch it to match by RGB. Okay, now to make it glow. Let's head up once again and search for the glow effect and then drop that onto our layer. Here there are quite a few settings to get it looking good, so listen up. Again, set the intensity to 1.2, threshold to 70, and the radius to 24, as well as the blending mode to add. We can then duplicate that glow effect simply by copying and pasting it, and then set the intensity on the duplicate to 1.5, the threshold to 90, and the radius to 120. Now this is looking good, but for one final little punch of light, we can duplicate it one more time and then do these settings. Set the intensity to 0.6, the threshold to 12, and the radius to 130. Okay guys, nearly there. One final effect I'm gonna add is a slight blur to blend it in better with our footage, since our footage isn't 100% sharp and the texture is. So let's apply the blur effect and then simply set the amount to 2. You can up this or lower it depending on your footage of course. Okay guys, final step and we're done. With the rectangle mask tool selected, let's draw a nice thinnish mask down at the bottom of our texture. We can then set the feather to anywhere between 50 and 100 pixels, as well as turn on keyframing for the mask's path and position. Let's head forward 2 seconds and then move that mask all the way to the top. This creates a sort of scanning effect, but feel free to play around with it as this is up to you guys. Get creative with it, it's all up to you. You can have the mask go up and down again, you can have the mask extend all the way to the top and then stay extended. It's all up to you. But that is it my friends. So follow all those steps, drink some heart-shaped herb, tell your genius sister to make you a suit and become the king of somewhere, and you should end up with something that looks a bit like this.
And there you have it guys, an effect from Black Panther that was really cool to do, really cool looking, I think at least, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have enjoyed this video, definitely like it down below as well as subscribe. Turn on notifications as well, we're heading towards 7K as of this video. And yeah, also, one more thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a really dope t-shirt I have on right now. And no, I'm not plugging merch or anything like that, this isn't merchandise. I just wanted to mention this because there's this company that is in my city called Prism Printing, and they actually printed this t-shirt for me and they asked me to mention them, and why wouldn't I? I mean, this is like a fantastic looking t-shirt. It's got like felt and everything, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I'm just really excited about this t-shirt because it looks so cool, and they put hard work into it. I mean, I didn't ask them to put the silver ring around it, they just did it. And they even put the brand new, I don't know if you can see that, the brand new Reds FX logo on the sleeve, which is really cool of them. I mean, I didn't ask them to do that, and we recently updated the logo, so the fact that they put the latest one on shows dedication. So I don't know if you guys want to check them out. The link to their website, if they have a website, I'm not even sure, is in the description. Definitely check out, or just search them on YouTube, Prism Printing. Really cool company, some really nice guys over there, and gals, I'm not sure, but they do quality work. Yeah, so that is my time this week. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you want to see some really cool other Reds FX episodes, we've got some Thor episodes right over there, like the Thor lightning eyes effect, as well as the lightning surging effect, and we also have, let's see, what can I add over there? Maybe another Marvel effect I'll add over there, like our Spider-Man web shoot effect from Civil War, right over there, and Homecoming actually. So check out those episodes, subscribe right down below me, check out my Twitter and Instagram in the bottom corner, and yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next episode. Stay alerted.